I'm going to spend my 2 minutes just telling you who I am, because we'll get into policy and all of that. I was raised by a single parent in Portland, Oregon. I attended public schools. We didn't have a lot. I went to community college my first year of college. I have worked since the age of 17. When I went to community college, I lived with a family and I did their housework and their yard work. I also had a job on the weekends, and my mode of transportation was a bicycle. After that, I transferred to the four-year college with a scholarship and 5 other sources of financial aid, including work-study. After that, I went to graduate school for 5 years on a public health service research grant, and it was a competitive award. After that, I did a 3-year postdoctoral fellowship in New York City. That was a shock. And then I went to medical school for 4 years, and after that, I went back to the West Coast, to Los Angeles, where I did my residency training. I didn't make my first dollar as a working doctor until age 45. I met my wife in college. We've been married for 42 years. I have practiced urology and a subspecialty of urology called urologic oncology for 23 years. We have 3 sons. I've raised my family in Central Illinois. I'm running in this race because I don't like the idea of socialized medicine, which we'll talk about later. It's not really Medicare for all. It's an inferior government takeover with a single-payer plan that makes health insurance illegal. So you'll learn more about that as things go on. I just wanted to introduce myself so you know that it's not just the old white guy rich doctor that's talking to you. Thank you.
I'm Peggy Hubbard. I'm born and raised in St. Louis, Missouri. I migrated over to Illinois 21 years ago. I'm married to my husband for 28 years, Charles Hubbard, Sr. He's a police officer, and he fought well. He stood on the front lines of Ferguson, and it was a fight, trust me. I'm the mother, as you heard, of 6, grandmother of 18, number 19 to be here in June, and yes, I do ride a Harley. I worked for the IRS as an analyst for 15 years, and I became a tax law master. I was raised by a single mother as well. My mother raised 8 children in the heart of the ghetto of St. Louis, raised 8 children. She left our father, who was abusive, and she actually raised us, and she never took welfare. She said it was a trap, and that planted the seed for me. So with that being said, I went off to the Navy after I went through high school. I served my country gladly, honorably, came out with an honorable discharge. I was also active duty as well as reservist, traveled the world, seen everything. What put me in this fight is because of what I have seen as a new Republican. And let me tell you, I voted for Obama twice, there's no secret, but I think that actually helps me see the side of both arguments. And I've seen the forgotten communities from Chicago all the way down to Cairo. We are more than just Chicago. And that is why I'm in this fight. I'm in this fight to fight for all of you, because you deserve to have a voice. Dick Durbin has been a politician for 40 years, 50 years, actually 40 in Washington. It's time for a change, and I think I can deliver that for you and be the senator that you need to have in Washington. Thank you.
Dr. Robert Marsh, I'm a physician from Burr Ridge, a small town about 30 miles southwest of Chicago. Actually, I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and my parents were from Kentucky and West Virginia, and they came from the hills of those countries. When I was a boy, they took me up to all of the homes of their ancestors up in these hills. That's Appalachia. And some people use the word dirt poor. That's what most of them were. And many of them didn't have indoor plumbing. They had an outhouse in the back. And my parents and these people have done well over the years. They've moved up to double wides. And they moved up. They moved up to Ohio. And many of them, not my relatives, but many of the people from Appalachia moved up here into southern Illinois. And actually, I feel more kinship and more familiar with the people down here than the people where I live, up in the suburbs. I've been there 39 years now. When I was young, I was in the 4-H. We raised steers, took the fairs. Got a scholarship to Harvard Medical School. I wanted to come back to the Midwest, and that's how I wound up in Chicago. The other thing I do as a radiologist, I substitute for other radiologists who go away on vacation or whatever. And I've worked at dozens and dozens of towns throughout this entire state, all the way down to Metropolis, Benton, Hoopeston, Marion, dozens of towns. That also gives me a kinship to the people down here. I feel the further away I get from Chicago, the happier I am, and the more at home I feel down here. Now, I'm running for this race because I'm a young veteran, and when I was there, I learned something. I learned that we should keep out of wars like that. And I think it's time for us to withdraw from all these wars we're involved in throughout the world. We've lost almost 8,000 men, trillions of dollars. That's one of the reasons why I support President Trump. He has a plan, and he's trying to carry out his plan to get out of all these wars, and that's why I support him. Thank you for inviting me.
My name is Casey Glebig, and I'm running for the United States Senator. First of all, let me give you a quick bio. I was born in Poland and raised in the socialist Poland. Because I was raised in socialist Poland, I am trying to connect with the younger generation that so much favors the socialism, and I hope it resonated with them. When I came to this country, I started at UICC, where I graduated from with a degree in information engineering, and I worked all of my professional life in information engineering, although initially was training as an electronic engineer. What do I do for Illinois? First of all, even though it may look that we are right now in a good condition, but economy and the jobs availability should be always the key issue for us, no matter. Therefore, as a Senator of the United States, I would like to designate in Illinois special industrial zones for advanced technologies, where we could develop technology for AI, 5G, quantum computing, robotics, or automation. I think it's a key to creation of new jobs, and also key to creating or maintaining tax base. Okay? At the same time, I'd like to stop the exodus from Illinois, which right now is a massive scale. I also would like to address the issue of immigration, because at the very moment, we are experiencing a very difficult situation at the southern border. I'd like to overhaul the entire immigration system so we can start literally from scratch, where we can accept people that are sharing our values.
As was said before, my name is Mark Curran, father of 3 boys. My oldest son's with me. He's got the green sweatshirt on. He went out to fill up the car. And married to Irene for 24 years. So, by way of background, I was the Lake County Sheriff for the last 12 years. Lake County is situated between Cook County, or Crook County as they refer to it, in Wisconsin. And it's about 750,000 people that live up there. And prior to being the Sheriff of Lake County, I was a county, state, and federal prosecutor. So as a prosecutor, I was down here in both Peoria and Tazewell County, and handled a lot of different cases. I was a supervisor of criminal for Jim Ryan, back when Jim Ryan was the Attorney General. So I'm also a constitutional law professor, and why I decided to get into the race was I saw an erosion of our liberty. You see it when the Democrats talk about religious institutions, that if they don't perform same-sex marriages, they should lose their tax-exempt status. I mean, who are they to say that? And then you see when they say we're going to come and take your guns whether you like it or not. I mean, we have a Constitution, our rights are protected, our Second Amendment right is protected. So I'm very concerned about where they're going. When you look at socialism and you look at single-payer health care, all of that is going after your rights. And we know as Americans where our rights came from. Thomas Jefferson spelled it out in the Declaration of Independence. We're endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, amongst those life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And Thomas Jefferson also says in the Declaration of Independence that our rights are based in nature's law and nature's God. So that's natural law. So we know what that means. Back then, when it was written, everybody understood it. There's a purpose to sexuality, there's a purpose for us on earth, there's a purpose right on down the line. Now it seems to be lost. So why am I the best candidate? I want to finish with that. The last 3 cycles, 2010, 2014, and 2018, I was by far the highest Republican vote getter in Lake County. I've been tested, talk is cheap, but I have a record to back it up. So I appreciate your support. I appreciate being here tonight. Thank you.